Alright, this was a requested video. A lot of people were asking me, is there an easier way to check the codes on your ECU on your car? And I figured, why not make a video of it? Um, the most common and easiest to use would be Nissan Data Scan. It's not expensive. I actually don't remember what the price is on it, but you can buy a consult cable for, they range from $25 here and there when you can find them, to $94 if you get them from Nissan. I think sells a cable, and there's a couple other. Blitz I think is one, but honestly, there's one on Amazon for $25, $29. It'll do the same thing. I'm actually using one now that I got from Amazon to try it out to see its quality, because I have an old Blitz one. I'm not sure how easy it is to get these days, but anyway, from a previous video, the ECU that I have in front of me is a KA24 DET I've been working on. It's out of the car, powered up, ready to go, so it's plugged in, and all you have to do is hit connect. Theoretically, if it was in a car, Nissan Data Scan works for a variety and a wide range of cars. This happens to be Data Scan 1 for the 14 pin, 89 to 96, pre OBD2. So if you have S14s, early S14s, S13s with dual cams, this will work for you. Your plug is on your left kick panel by the driver's side. So once you get the cable, you can plug it in, hook up to a laptop. If you guys want a tutorial on how to set it up, once you download this, I can make a quick video on what drivers you need to download and a quick walkthrough on how to do it. But I'm going to show you a couple quick features on Nissan Data Scan that are worth mentioning. It does support HICUS, airbags if you have airbag diagnostics, air fuel ratios on here if you have a wideband hooked up. If it was plugged in, these gauges would all be active and running depending on what you have them set for. Let's connect, and it might take a second. Alright, it's connected to the computer. We can do an active test. It can view ROM data and map tracing. I haven't used a feature. I don't think it has an editor built into it. I wouldn't think it would. Address, active test, display data is what you just saw. It can data log if you needed to, and save it to wherever you need to if you want to view it, and it can record lots of things. You just check what you want done, and then click start. Another one is self-diagnostics. This is one that most people would most likely buy this for to use on their cars. I've used it on RBs, SRs, KAs. Code 55, no faults. This code is good. Although the ECU's out of the car, you're not going to have codes on it. It has to be in the car, so it can read everything. If they had, it would have code 11, 10, I think 25. You know, it'll even tell you what it is: NOx sensor, water temp sensor, you know, O2 sensor, and you can just click reset, and it would erase all the codes, clearing it, and then you would be good to go. Dashboard. Some of you guys don't have a working speedometer when you do a swap. RPM tack. So this is pretty neat. These would all be moving. They do support Android and I think Windows operating tablets. I'm not 100% sure. It's worth looking into, but I'm pretty sure they do, because I recently saw a guy in town with a Windows doubled-in radio in his car, and he had Data Scan running on it for gauges, since I helped him with a swap a while ago, and he just didn't want to hook up a speedometer attack or any gauge for that matter. He didn't care. But, what does it matter when you have all these on a little display in front of you? Time trials, trip computer. It's pretty neat. It's pretty accurate. I've used it a couple times. It's kind of fun to use. Um, Log analyzer. Give you a line graph on everything currently as you're going. Um, it's actually pretty neat. The dashboard we just showed you. Go to classic gauges. You can change the color of the gauges, which suits you best. Display ECM. Here is how you set your gauges, what you want them to be shown. Gauge 1, RPM, voltage, TPS. A good thing about this program is when you're installing a TPS or you're doing a couple little tune-ups here and there, or if your idle's high, it could be a TPS sensor. Most people usually use a multimeter, but that's a pain in the ass. So you hook up data scan, set up your TPS sensor, and it will read you the voltage that you're currently at. So most of these consult cables you get are long enough where you can plug it into the car, run the laptop to the front of the car, and adjust while looking at the computer monitor, so you get an exact 0.5 voltage. Water temp, battery voltage, great way to know if your alternator is keeping up or not. Injector time, ignition timing, fuel base, air fuel base self-learn. Not sure that would work. It's probably for more modern vehicles. I've never used it before. Duty cycle, EGR, which I'm pretty sure Ks don't have an EGR temp sensor. And it continues. You can fill up this whole thing and click save, and it'll show you all of them. Dashboard ECM. Obviously, this is what the guy had up. Select your RPM and the speedometer if you really care about it. Set an alert and speed. You drive a 240, who cares? And parameter settings, RPM. I'll show you all of it. Oh, cool. All right. Tire size, current size. It'll adjust your speed. Can't save it because the speed sensor is mechanical, although I've never really messed with it before. This is probably for the program itself, so it can actually calculate the trip meter and everything accurately. We are a 4-cylinder. Injector size 270 would be a stock KA. SR injectors and a KA, and then you would save it, 205, 55. That's some garbage. Let's run some 225s, 40, 18. Modern gauges, Fahrenheit, speedometer, timing correction, and oh, look at them gauges. Yay. 12.8 volts, that power supply. Injector, everything would be currently running. Also, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but I have done it. I have unplugged the TPS and set my distributor timing when it was running using this method here, and you would find it and it would adjust as you move the distributor. I'm not sure how accurate compared to a timing light, but I've used it and it worked pretty well. Data logging, active tests. Active tests is, oh shoot, I closed the active test. A great way to troubleshoot if you're having issues. Engine temperature value. Pretty much what this is telling the ECU a certain value and ignoring the current value it's getting from the motor. You can increase timing and retard it and advance it, and if you click start, it would do it and show you. Air fuel, EGR solenoid, VCT fuel pump now. I've messed with a friend before. His engine was running, everything was good. I hit the off and start button, and it turned off his fuel pump, and the engine shut off, which kind of scared him. It was one of those haha moments. But you can manually turn cylinders off and find out, if you have a dead cylinder, turn it off, and it'll help you base idle. Self-learn. Don't think our computers can handle that. But the program itself is pretty neat. Airbag. HICUS display. It can display HICUS, data logging. Not the activated version, so this is just a quick run through. ROM data, it'll pull it off the ECU. Map tracing, pretty neat. S13 timing, S13 fuel, and it would fill out as it's running, which is super neat. And that's actually pretty neat. Never really noticed it loaded the whole thing. But hope you guys appreciate this video. I enjoy making videos for people who have questions or looking for some direction where to go. And might make one on Nissan if people want it to see before they purchase it. I think there's a trial version of it, but I can walk you through it a little bit more and show you some cool things about it. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Lets me know I'm not just making these for the hell of it. Alright guys, we'll see you on the next one.